Blue is making a comeback.
And apparently Naruto may actually get released.
It's Monday, October 27th, and this is your Smart Doll News.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Chat is lively tonight.
Well, that's what happens when you ask everyone to show up and then you don't actually go live for 10 minutes. Good to see you all. Hi, everyone in chat. We have some surprise news that came up this week, but a couple of new things to talk about. Obviously, blue dolls, but also I did want to mention before we get into the show. So it's Halloween weekend. And I think we tried throwing together a game, I don't know, in August or something like that. But we're going to do a game, well, I was going to say game night, more afternoon for us. But in honor of Halloween, I thought we would put together a game of Blood on the Clock Tower. We'll be playing it online November 1st, that's this Saturday, at 2 p.m. Eastern. So we'll hope you join us. You can check out look for the events on the Discord. Where is my, and you can find the events, look for the calendar button in the list. It's just the calendar in the mobile version versus here you can see it says events next to it. You can see the event there, and you can let us know that you're interested, and it will remind you, it'll actually notify you when the event starts.
And if you're just, do we have enough people playing at this point?
We've got enough, that have said, I think we have enough. Whether people actually show up, that's another thing.
Right.
But Blood on the Clock Tower is basically a social deduction game like Werewolf, except when you die, there's always still something to do, and you're still valuable to the game. So it's a lot of fun, and it can play with over 12 people. I want to say minimum should be about 6. If you are interested, you will be able to spectate on the website that we'll be playing on, but I think a lot of people in the game will be new. We'll be doing, we'll be explaining things as we go, and it's not hard.
Right. So if you're interested in playing, you should probably let us know that you might be interested in playing and can get pulled into the game.
Well, you can't really define that here, but we'll deal with that on the day, I guess. That is it. I think, let's get into the headlines.
Green, not blue, green.
Yes, a big green drop.
Yes.
We had 7, you got C'est La Vie, Legion, Sorry Not Sorry, the little Monday.
I love that wig with the made into the ponytails. It's very cute.
Looking for Trouble, Transcendence, and Divergence. So 7 green dolls. Again, Danny is doing a lot of reacting and short runs of things. So we thought we were at the end of green, and people were still asking for it.
So that's your chance.
We also saw some pre-orders. Serenity Re, as always, Danny doesn't have a cohesive naming convention, so this is the first time we've seen something like Re. It's a sort of a remix of Serenity.
Coloring's a little different.
Yeah, he went with gray, all gray coloring.
Probably
to match
because
the wig.
of the wigs, yeah. And then she's smiling.
Yep, she got some teeth. Well, she's smiling the other one, but yeah, she's got an open mouth. I think, like we talked about it last week, I think we're moving into the realm of lots of variations of things.
Which is kind of cool. I mean, if you're somebody who has like a real, affection for one character, like with Future, like, getting her frowning or, smiling or whatever,
Yeah, the thing that, I mean, this is very cool, but I sort of got my hopes up when this dropped. I was like, oh, he's doing a smiley mouth. I thought that was the main difference. And I was like, why didn't he just call it like open mouth or, something more descriptive versus Ree? And then I realized the gray coloring.
Right.
So I had my hopes up that he literally just did an alternate face, right? Like you could have a different expression.
Right, so this is actually different because her coloring is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can't, I
mean, you can, but...
It's not, I don't know.
I put red in my eyebrows and stuff, so I mean... It's
I suppose. I mean, I guess you can work it out in your personal headcanon, however you want.
Bangs help.
That's true. We had Legion Battle Edition.
So yeah, the bittersweet battle marks on Legion. Again, I like I get why people like it, but it's not really my thing.
Oh, we know. We know. Still, kind of cool. I think I prefer the original. Was it Looking for Trouble?
Was it Looking for Trouble that had it originally?
No,
the one that just came out was bittersweet, but was Looking for Trouble the one that was Alita?
No, and it was the one that came out was the original. But I mean, Legion of course is great. This also does help with the things like, hey, we're just putting those marks on various dolls versus we made an Alita Battle Angel doll.
Right.
And the G15 boy, came out as a pre-order, and I believe there's somebody already in chat. Dee Dee said, just received Valen today. I feel like either nobody's chatting or...
Yeah, we're not seeing anything in the chat, so...
Let's see what that does. Just refresh that.
Okay, so we've got a wall. So...
That doesn't tell me anything though. Anyway, this is Valen. Yeah, okay. So people were chatting and it wasn't showing up. I refreshed and we should be good. I'm gonna have to change some settings in that and hopefully fix that. But so this is the birthmark boy. A little bit different than he initially showed. They were trying to cover up the nose issue. But
there are people who said they got a Dee Dee?
Yeah.
What do you think of the nose, Dee Dee? Does it, are you bothered at all by the dent in his face?
So this was a deal where they had an issue making the mold. This happens. Bubbles form if it's not like evenly heated. You can have, air bubbles and things in certain places. And they got one there that basically took a little, put a little dent in his nose. Probably actually some buildup or something on the inside of the mold, but. So he's got a dent, and they basically were like, well, we don't want to waste this mold. And so he tried to see how they could do covering it up, and then just decided to go, you know what, let's not cover it up, let's just go with it.
Dee Dee says you can't even see it unless you look very closely. Which
is pretty typical of the issues that Danny points out. You've got, he did say once you see it, you can't unsee it, kind of thing. Like that was the
right.
It's not overly noticeable, but then when it is, I have to say, now that I've seen it, we got a better picture. Now that I've seen it, like in the early pictures, I couldn't spot it, but even here, I can see it.
Yeah, I see that. I see how it is.
You can see it very clearly here. You can see this
that ridge that it's making.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, so a little odd, but manageable. He did also point out that there's a little, bubble pockmark on the upper forehead as well.
Probably mostly concealed by the wig.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine that's not a big deal. So this is the type of thing where, quite honestly, especially if you go back to the days, like the earlier days, where people complained a lot, and they basically there's always been a lot of people who would be like, Danny's whole wabi sabi thing is just him trying to excuse bad quality.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a point at which Danny has to make a choice: either dump waste a bunch of money on a mold, and sink a whole bunch more money in making another mold, or accept it and put it out there and let people buy it. And he labels it clearly. If you don't like it, you don't, have to buy it, sort of thing. But he was, he did seem kind of close to going, I'm not sure if this is going to be acceptable or not.
So this happened also with the anime pear face, and that was, people like that just fine. So,
it works especially well with this character. I will be interested to see how many characters we actually get on this sculpt.
Mm.
It's one thing to be like, well, we'll do some runs and we'll use this. I'm wondering, is he just going to say that's it for G15? Is he going to try again? But at least try and recoup some of the costs for it in the meantime, or is this just it? Almost everybody.
I really would like to see him in person, though, and be able to compare him to the previous Sky sculpt.
Yeah, definitely. It's hard. It's hard to see. It definitely has a more mature look than the re-release of the guys. The general consensus in chat is it builds character. D says, I hope he continues. It's a great sculpt. At the very least, we're going to continue to have this most likely. I just wonder whether he's going to make another mold to try and get rid of the issues. Mm-hmm. We shall see. Which means it would probably be a new numbered mold, but I don't know. Somehow I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Danny, if people are like A-okay with this,
he's not going to go. Those molds are really expensive.
Yeah. All right. And of course,
Blue.
He's been working on this quite a while. He talked about Blue, I don't know, 6+ months ago. So we've known a little bit about this.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a good match for the frame. It's even better than the original, which is good. So we can show her. I shouldn't have put sleeves on her. This matches pretty well.
Yeah.
Her arm might be turned wrong, but
yeah, there we go. Confusing me. So one thing. You can start to see, you can't really see it there. There's a subtle difference between it. We probably also have, these are aged, these are original.
Yeah, but I would say that I haven't seen the significance of yellowing that other people are complaining about.
Yeah, in general.
Ours are pretty good.
Yeah, well, we don't let sunlight inside.
Fact, not nowhere near the dolls.
Or our faces. Yeah. So the Evolve frame in Blue has officially been color matched. So that is looking good, and I don't know if it's exactly the same. It looks maybe a little bit dark. I mean, but it's looking good with the arm there. I think you might see some differences if you compared Gen 2 to that, but they look good together.
Lee says that wig looks like Rumi trying to do Zoe's hairstyle, and it's precious. It does look like that. That's a Leisure of Dolls wig.
This is happening. We still don't have a timeline yet, but I think we're going to start seeing a lot more. Danny did ask the question, though, of, so for the Blue re-release, do people want to actually see full hard, regular hard body, the hard Sofubi vinyl, or do they want to see the full soft bodies? And he did a poll, and I'm not exactly sure what he's going to do with this, but
it's really close, like not even 1%.
Yeah. My guess, what I would probably do, well, it's hard to say because I think it seems like it's easier to do full soft in terms of smaller batches.
I was gonna say, yeah. It's what's gonna be most economical for him, what he's gonna be able to do the fastest. And I agree with you. I think in the past he has said that the full soft is easier for them to do.
So my guess would be maybe some full soft. I mean, or I would say then just do the hard body and make some soft body,
like the peach bodies or whatever.
Yeah, I personally, I wouldn't mind. I like the hard body a little bit in general. Except, like I like the squishy on like pear. But the big thing that people have talked about is the yellowing. The softs, the harder vinyl doesn't yellow. No, the soft doesn't yellow as much.
That's why like the busts are like much more blue than the rest of them. But if you're somebody who likes a hard body, I guarantee that if he does soft body, there will be hard bodies that will go up on the secondhand market. Because people will want, like for us, for example, we have a lot of blue dolls. So we might want to replace some bodies,
Yeah. Everyone's sort of surprised by it, but, I agree. I would generally like the hard body. I would like to buy we're probably not going to buy that much. So I would like probably if we're going to invest in blue dolls in this release, it would be an evolved body and, like a hard body and a soft body. And that's just for flexibility or whatever.
Yeah, having evolve is, I think that there's probably going to be a market for him to just sell frames.
Well, that's true, too.
Some blue frames so that people can put their bodies on evolve.
And he may very well do that. And if that's true, then yeah, I'm all about that. And I would probably only maybe get a doll. Who knows what's actually going to come out. But
right, is it going to be the same characters? Is it going to be new characters? Because there's been a lot of new characters since Blue was out. So,
yeah, I think I kind of need Blue Legion.
I was about to say that. I'm like, Blue Legion is probably going to happen. I got my Blue Future. I don't need one.
Yeah. Sadly, Blue Kabuki in general doesn't seem like it's likely to come back because again we heard that he doesn't think he has the molds anymore. Oh yeah.
Here she is.
So this girl is coming out of retirement. That's Blue Kabuki. So good. This is Jinx, just don't look. She has no soul.
We also have the blue. We also have the standard Kabuki colors on Blue as well, and we have two of those. We have two. That doll came with two heads. He sold the prototype and he had made two heads for it.
Oh yeah. So exciting time, especially if you're newer to smartdoll and missed Blue. I know there's collectors, and even we have grumbled every now and then about, like, oh, why are you bringing it back?
Yeah, if you bring it back, it does kind of, I mean, there's the argument that it reduces the value on the secondhand market because there's going to be more available.
I think Danny has made it clear that he
doesn't
particularly care about secondhand market whatsoever.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, but most do, because if the secondhand market is strong and it drives sales for the first hand market, and again, you create that FOMO and the people really wanting to do it. But Danny, the stance Danny is going right now is like they seem to be ramping up and doing more, and he's just doing whatever. He's bringing back a lot of stuff. But I
thought he was working on Yellow. Yellow was a small batch connected to our other topic.
Yellow didn't really become a real skin tone. It just got a batches released because they had stuff left over. That vinyl was for this guy.
Yeah, so the hair, the yellow that came out was soft body made out of the hair for this doll.
So Naruto, this was interesting. This was on the timeline. Now Naruto, the licensed Naruto doll from smartdoll has been announced and in the works for years now. In fact, we got to see some of the parts, the head, how it fits together, when we were out in Japan a year ago now. So it's been there, but it's been in, limbo, waiting on approvals and all sorts of stuff.
I just want to make one thing. This is, someone said that they sell their dolls. Okay, Grape Kitty said, I just sell my dolls for what I paid. And the thing about Blue is it came out when the exchange wasn't as good. So we bought it at a higher price. But when he brings it out again, it's going to be at a lower price.
Kelly says we should get a new Yellow then. I mean, maybe, but the whole Yellow thing was because there was excess vinyl that his vinyl company had, and he made some shells. He didn't even make frames. So I don't think you're gonna see Yellow dolls, because now you're talking about developing an evolved frame to match it. But so Naruto appeared, and this confused me a bit, quite honestly. A, why are you trolling us, Danny? But B, like, what is this? I mean, it's clearly a 3D model. In some sort of like sculpting application. It looks, though, to me like a 3D scan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this has a lot of weird textures and stuff on here.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure what this really is. I don't know if it is a 3D scan. I don't know why he why he would do it.
The fit of the head cap and the wig on the face, on the head.
Like, I don't know why. That doesn't explain.
Looking at it to make sure that it's fitting the way that it wants to, or he's readjusting it to make sure that it fits the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. My point is he has these models.
Yeah.
If this is a 3D scan, I see no reason why he would scan it. Like, because he has all of the models for these. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. It's definitely Naruto. Where was it? Lee says that face is derpy. When we've seen Naruto, it looks much better like
painted and everything. Yeah.
But it's cool to have that, the custom mouth.
Doesn't he have his mouth is kind of like a little bit
you
open?
can see it there.
Yeah, but when it's painted, it looks more appropriate.
I don't think it's not open. It's just a crooked smirk.
Yeah.
Canal says, my theory, Danny got bored, so he did this. And you could be right, except he also posted this. Now, mind you, maybe he just picked it up. He picked up the full doll that he has made. He's got one.
But when you're seeing multiple pictures of the same character and thing, I think that they might have finally gotten approval.
I think something has moved along. I don't know what's happening internally. So some of the stages they could be at right now are maybe they got approval, like they just got approval. And so he's starting to pepper this in. Maybe they've actually started to work on producing some of this. Maybe the reason we're getting, the model, the shot of the model is maybe they had some issues.
Yeah, like what is he doing there with that cursor? What is that?
I typically, I think that's typically what you would see in sculpting. So that circle sort of does this on the surface of the thing that you're running the cursor on. And then if whatever tool you're using, you would be scraping or building, you know, like clay.
Right.
So,
like terraforming.
Yeah. And, but again, I don't, this looks, I don't know. I don't remember if he had that much of a physical mouth. So it could be that there are adjustments happening, and they had some, maybe that final one, they came back to it and were like, hey, we think we want to go through this, but, make these changes. I don't know if Danny would be is Danny so far invested in this at this point that he's just going to do it no matter what? Or is there a point at which he just
us that at one point that he was like, as far as I'm concerned, it's done, right? But maybe they came back with tweaks that weren't going to be too big of a deal, and he'd take less of a loss on it.
Or maybe this is just him laying hint, saying it's coming. Could also maybe he wants to remind the licensed people that he made this. I like they're watching this, like they're looking at his, Instagram or the timeline pictures, his stories. But, one picture, okay, wonder what's happening. 2 pictures, I think we're going to start seeing more of this. Keep your eye out for things like, the kunai little strap and holder there, a bunch of those, all
lined up or whatever. Yeah.
We'll start to see various things, and it's still going to take some time. I mean, God, we were seeing Batgirl helmets for months and months and months.
Yeah.
Before Batgirl dropped. So interesting thing though, we now have pre-orders happening.
So he can put pre-orders on Naruto.
Now, I don't know what that's going to mean. We talked about last week, Danny was getting into talking about doing longer pre-orders. He talked about, all the pre-orders now are designed to be their capacity for, a short-term period. So when he does the pre-order, he's still aiming to be in their normal 15-day turnaround, which for most dolls is 1 to 2 days.
Right.
They get that stuff shipped out next day as much as possible. But he, the gray boy, we talked about the gray boy and that
vampire,
the gray vampire boy, and that he may put that under a pre-order, and since it takes more effort and he actually has to cast, the bodies in gray, that he would do like a 30-day pre-order.
Well, 30-day like delivery, a turnaround.
Right. So if he's willing to do longer, right? The big turnaround time there is largely like the casting process and getting it out and then getting it come back, right? And doing some quality control. I think if he's willing to do a longer period, my guess is he may be more willing to do a larger quantity. I'm not saying a huge amount.
But I don't know. I mean, isn't the license for X number? Don't they put quantity on the license? Like he can produce X many of this?
No, I'm not sure.
Or is it just a time period?
I think he can sell what he wants, but he has to cut them. I think one of the big things. So here's the deal. As far as what we know and what Danny has said about licensed, other than like all of the hassle, Danny does these things because he wants them. Like they are a labor of love.
And he uses them as a learning tool, like a research tool.
Yep. But he also says that he tends to take a loss on them. He has to charge more money, but all of the efforts in R&D, all of the constant round and round in order to make it, it's like he doesn't make back his money. So putting these out, he doesn't end up doing for the money. He probably prices to be able to pay for like the doll itself, but not any of the, the investment in it. So to me, that says we may still see smaller amounts, but with pre-order, there is a chance that we could be seeing, our first larger chunk of, of a licensed doll, possibly.
Kelly says, Danny said that Naruto was the original boy body, but upgraded the boy's body, and so now is Naruto upgraded too? My guess is Naruto will be evolved, and he will be the same body that we've been getting.
Yeah, because he was working on like the macho body or talking about redoing the body when we last talked about Naruto. So at that point in time, it was same old, same old. But I see, based on what he said, I see no reason why Naruto wouldn't just be on the new boy body.
Yeah, the hard body with the soft arms.
Yeah. So I think you can reasonably expect it full evolve because it's the same thing. It's just a tighter fit, and they've worked out all those kinks already. So it'll be interesting. I'm probably gonna want to try and get this. Like, I'm not a huge Naruto fan anymore.
But you were, and it's a pretty cool character, and as a collector,
all the accessories look very cool. Feet are molded to the shoe. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what he said.
Yes. There's 99%. Yes. That's what he had made. They had molded that. The head, as you can see here, the head is in multiple parts, in order to allow, like, they basically demanded that they were very particular about how his headband, the little armor plate thing, fits, and that basically the hair has to like come up, like be lined up with the thing.
Yeah.
And so he ended up having to make this where like the hair is actually a little bit bigger than the head, and like the fabric of the thing you can see goes into the side there where it's flat.
Slot where it's flat. Yeah.
So I will say this will not work without the headpiece.
I feel like this is more, it's a figure that is a smart doll. That's what I'm getting out of it. Like, you can put other clothes on him, but he's still going to want to wear his headband because his hair is like molded for the headband, and he's going to have feet that are specially made to be those shoes.
Yeah.
You know.
Smart Doll Dude says, I think the shoulder would have to be updated before release as it's designed for Gen 1 and 2 frames. I'm not sure what you're talking about here because the shoulders haven't changed with the Guy release, and as far as I know, there's nothing special about Naruto's shoulder, so there should be no...
No, it's the
all the pieces have been updated, like everything, the head, the hands, the feet even, will all fit on... should all fit on a boy, the current boy evolved body.
Right. So what Danny did in terms of the shoulders, he was having issues with the arms popping off on the boy body. So what solved that was making the shoulders soft. But it's the same shape as it has been forever.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he's solved, he's got those problems worked out enough, like, and the frame adjusted for it, like, that's, there's no, the groove on the shoulder, I'm still not understanding, is there a
cutout in the shoulder? But I mean, that's...
Are we talking about something Naruto specific? Because... if it is, then I'm not aware of what that is. If it's just on the boy body, like, there's, again, he has, I don't see any reason, since we have Smart Doll Boys released, why anything about the shoulders would be a problem for Naruto. So, but again, there may be something that I'm missing as far as, like, I don't think there's anything special about his shoulder.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've got those. Some other pictures in the timeline of what's being worked on. We saw this, which I was like, this feels like something out of Genshin. Mm-hmm. You know, some sort of issue. Okay, Smart Doll Dude saying that the mark on you must be talking about the mold, the issues with the mold itself, and I like
there's a cutout in the shoulder. I think that he might be talking about. There's like a groove.
There's a mark on the shoulder for the previous. Yeah, but I don't. Like, I don't see why that would ever be an issue for releasing with Naruto. Like, as far as...
Because we've already had the same body used with the evolved frame and released as Smart Dolls. It's going to be the same boy body that we've been getting for the past several months.
Yeah. Again, I may be completely misinterpreting what you're saying, but, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. We saw this picture... last week, a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, this feels like something out of Genshin. We've got another picture. We've got this. Now, this is weird. It's like, okay, we're getting these sort of like tails and sleeves and various things like that. But the patterns say Gravelin.
Which is Adventure Quest.
There's like one, like if you Google Gravelin, there is only one Gravelin. Like I dug and dug and dug. I'm like, what the heck is Gravelin? Because the only Gravelin that I can see that exists on the internet is this.
And those are the panels that hang down as her tabard in the front.
Oh, yeah, I guess. The skirt, yeah. So Danny is doing a costume. I guess what Danny is admitting to that Danny was a big browser MMO fan back in 2008. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. This is a character from Adventure Quest Worlds. It was like, yes, you could see that there. Most of the pictures, you don't even see that. Which I'm like, okay, but that means Danny's making armor.
Mm-hmm. And we have seen a red cyber body, or what I assumed was a cyber body, in like metallic like that. So I wonder if he's doing something where he's making a Cortex doll.
I don't know why she would be Cortex, though. I don't know why she would be a robot. If he's if he's doing a cosplay, if he's doing a cosplay, this is the most intricate cosplay he has ever done. Especially if it's just a cosplay.
He's done armor before. He did Tales of Arise. Is that what it was?
But that was like for...
It was one doll for display.
But for
the
them.
Yeah.
So that was like an exhibition, is to watch him 3D print all those armor pieces. I mean, yeah, definitely. It's a lot of modeling.
Yep.
I mean, he's probably learning something. Here's what I hope. I hope this is not some weird license thing, because we're pretty sure he's said multiple times he's done with licenses after Naruto. It's too much hassle. But, oh my God, Danny, please release
files for this?
The STL files for this freaking armor. Holy cow. If that's where he's going, the amount of alteration that someone can do with having a base of like a full set of plate armor is insane.
Now, we also know that sometimes Danny does characters that he brings to different conventions, and this could be something for that too. That could be like,
this is just a huge amount of work. Like, this is not just like, okay, I believe there's way more work doing this than there is doing whatchamacallit, like a cloth costume.
Like the Anime Impulse, the ones you did for Anime Impulse and stuff like that. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many pieces to this. Now, mind you, it's not like he doesn't have all of the 3D models to build off of,
right.
But who knows? And he does have people that he's worked with that he just can farm stuff out. You've got, I can't remember the name of the artist, but the artist who does all of the mech stuff, for him. So who knows? But yeah, it is what it looked. Thank you for pointing out those little things there, because that definitely seems to be what it is. Some of the other stuff didn't make as much sense. But yeah, I would love to see.
When I first saw that, I thought it was more of a tabard design. I thought it was just folded, and it was just like the one panel that comes down.
Yeah.
But it seems that it must be pieces that flare out.
Yeah, I don't know. This is very cool. Another follow-up. We've got that sort of kimono. We saw this mocked up in paper.
This looks like it's a character.
It does to me as well. Here's it more fully together. Still don't know. Haven't still been able to identify who this is. We've also got, continuing along the path, we've got the frogs now installed.
Yeah, so we were in the wrong hemisphere talking about the look of this and where it came from. This makes a lot more sense now. We were looking at pictures of it, I was like, oh, okay. So underneath this is like a tank dress.
Yep.
Like a scoop front dress.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's gorgeous. I'd love to have it. In many colors.
Yeah, all of these, it's really, really nicely done. Shoes, Geta. So
Probably for either the last costume or the one before it.
I'm gonna guess this because this is more Chinese, I'm thinking, versus Japanese. But it's hard to say. So a lot of sort of cosplays that are getting a little bit harder to place. Especially if we're doing callbacks to Danny's like gaming obsessions from 2008. Like this is getting weird. And then we have this. I got a couple pictures of this, and this sort of apron front. You can actually see it in a more fuller form. This is very cute, and what I realize is I believe this is bringing, unless it's a picture of something else, this is bringing back old stuff.
Yeah, because it's showing a picture on the computer screen.
Yep.
Of the apron in blue.
And I think maybe that this is that in the bag back here.
Probably.
So I didn't have enough time. I tried to actually go try and dig through and find like the old pictures of this. But if this gives us hope that, I mean,
that would be really nice for Nurse Ratched. Like looking at it long like that, it looks like you could make Nurse Ratched with it.
It also makes me wonder, like, is this a cosplay and he's using an old pattern as a base for it? Or is this, just bringing this back? I don't know. But like, it is interesting, I would love to see some of this stuff. I was like, is Danny starting to listen to the, like, I would say I'm going to go on a limb and say a large portion of Danny's customer base, of the smartdoll customer base, has post-apocalyptic fatigue. There's still, like, it's always great, and the quality is great, and there's still lots of people who like them, but there's so much classic stuff.
Oh, I would love to have some of the early stuff, like the Isatan. We have like one of the Isatan collab pieces, and
yep.
I would really like to have more of that collection.
But of course, this is, it doesn't seem like they're doing a huge amount of effort on the clothing end in terms of like optimization and ramping up. We're seeing dolls ramping up, but we're not seeing, a huge amount of clothes. They also probably don't sell as quickly. But maybe we'll get like a pre-order for an outfit or something like that.
Danny teases me because whenever we see him at convention or whatever, he's like, what if I just started making all of this like Lolita and historical and stuff like that? And I'm always like, if you did, I'd have to have every single piece. But he doesn't. He never does. He's just teasing me.
So, yeah, I mean. I'm very interested to know, is this just recreating the pattern? Or is this using that pattern for a cosplay?
Make a candy striper out of that. That would be really cute,
Yeah.
like the red and white pinstripe apron. It would make a good Nurse Ratched. Any, you have like the...
Because it is essentially an apron dress, right? Because it looks like an actual dress. It's not like a pinafore.
And it looks like it could. Well, I mean, that is the hip line, but like you could actually cut it to different lengths. Like right now, it's like a dress apron type thing, but like the one in the picture is higher.
Maybe.
Unless it's curled under her knees, which it could be. It's hard to tell.
I don't think it's all that higher. Or shorter, maybe.
Yeah, I would really like to have that.
Kelly says, I don't think it's a post-apocalyptic fatigue, just want more additional pieces. I mean, maybe. It it's just like the majority. I don't know. It's gotten better lately, but you don't get apparel drops seem more limited. And he's careful about what he does. And there certainly has been more for a while now, more post-apocalyptic stuff.
Yeah, in fact, he's doing the T-shirts and stuff without dyeing them over or distressing them,
Right.
Which in a way is great because we can do it ourselves.
Yep.
It saves him time and money, because it's saving the labor of doing that himself, and
Yep.
so it's a good decision.
Yeah, so I mean that's certainly a flexibility thing, and certainly opens it up to more people that will want the outfits.
Berserker says, I got my first dolls this year.
That's not what I clicked. Jadid says Fallout 4 beginning outfit maybe.
Oh, maybe.
That's possible. Like the 50s Donna Reed sort of thing. Sorry, here's
Berserker said, I got my first dolls this year and I barely bought any clothes from Smartdoll. I have no interest in post-apocalyptic fashion. I hope you got shoes and jeans. That is the Sandy advice.
It's the Sandy special.
I give it periodically. If you can get the jeans, you get the jeans and a pair of the leather shoes.
Yeah, staples.
Yep.
And if you want like more modern, elegant stuff, go check out Mariko Halu, who designed clothes for Danny, and make amazing stuff.
Their patterns are gorgeous.
Yep, of course, small run stuff, a couple times a year maybe, and they sell out pretty quick, so you got to be on them.
Then their price point is around Danny's price point, but it's worth it.
So yeah, I mean, it is. There's so much that goes into this, even into the apparel stuff. So, I mean, I did sort of minimize this in comparison to the 3D print, but of that armor. But there's a lot of effort that goes into this. It would be interesting to see if we would ever get, more pre-order stuff for an outfit, so that we could get more investment in some of these things. Yeah. So those are the things that I saw on the timeline, and what seemed to stand out to me. We'll keep our eye on that, and of course, let you know as soon as we hear anything about concrete about Naruto.
Yeah, the other thing was someone asked if we had any timeline on Cortex. We do not. We have not spoken to Danny about Cortex in a while.
Well, it's been a few months since we've heard anything about Cortex. Publicly, the last thing was early June, June-ish, something like that. And talking about August. But I do know there was some issues that they were trying to work through. And so, he's been pretty quiet on that. Again, this is why Danny has avoided things like pre-orders and stuff in the past.
Right.
Because
and giving a concrete date because it's done when it's done.
Yep. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to be a little vague and mysterious here, but from what we have heard from Danny, and I'm not going to tell you guys what exactly he told us, but I think there was a design decision they were thinking about doing as sort of a stopgap to get them out sooner. But then I think the problem that they ran into that he thinks they might have solved, so then that probably reversed that. All around, it's been kind of going back and forth.
It's normal, things happen and adjusting and fixing things. Berserker says, do the jeans fit the peach body? Yes, they do. I think you get because the body is squishy, I think you do get a little bit more plumber in certain positions, but they do fit.
You will want to use tweezers or pliers to frickin' pull those things on because, you also use the shimmy method. Danny has a video talking about it where you just keep
and
shimmying it up
and push the jeans up on the thighs and stuff like that.
But the probably a little bit less. The fit is an issue, yes, but the thing that makes it more difficult is the soft safubi having more grip. So yes, they will work. Definitely a little bit more visible crack because it's going to ride a little bit lower. The boy jeans are, like the more relaxed stuff works quite well.
Yeah, but so they fit, and the jeans are like 150% worth it. Like jeans that you get from pretty much anybody else are just not nearly as good.
No, they're more lightweight. They're not like using like more thicker real denim like Danny uses. So there are jeans. TTYA is kind of the jeans that I usually, which aren't like jeggings is not the right word because they're not like stretch like that, but they're a thinner.
They're like a thinner twill rather than like a nice denim.
If you have enjoyed this video and find this useful or entertaining maybe and want to keep up to date on all of what's happening in Smart Doll Land, please give this video a like and feed the algorithm gods and help spread the good word.
Something like that.
Let's do this.
We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up our love friends, fill up the car till it bends because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song. We don't need nobody's attention, don't need nobody else in our zone. Making plans so as we go, weary dance when no one knows just how we want it. Going left, going right, doesn't matter tonight, just how we want it. We want it. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up, have the time of our lives. The night is young, don't need anybody else. We came to party all night long, and we don't need no chaperone. We don't need nobody's attention, yeah, we just wanna dance on our own. We came to party all night long and sing along to every song.
All right, I don't. The one picture of like the Halloween picture with like the skeletons, I couldn't even tell that there were
I
smart
saw
dolls in there.
hands coming up out.
Like, it's just like skeleton bodysuits and the old skeleton helmet things that Danny put out a while back, and just like, I was like, what is going on here?
Shout out to Landy Monk, very cute picture.
Thank you so much for submitting your pictures. You can submit those on our Discord. and let let the rest of the community see your smart dolls each week. I will remind you, if you are interested in playing some games this weekend with us, please let us know you're interested in the event in Discord for Blood on the Clock Tower. What am I doing? We, of course, need to thank our Discord subscribers for their ongoing support. We've got our cheerleaders, Anne-Marie, Appleboy, Bambi Geek, Celestial Styles Alaska, Dee Simone 22, Doll Dragon, Junathorn, Cats and Beer, Kayla, Liz Marie, Neptune Stars, Soup to Whoop, and new this week, X Aesthetic.
Or Aesthetic. We're not sure.
I'm going to butcher that randomly just because even saying aesthetic is a little troublesome every now and then. Saying an X before it. Anyway, moving on.
Our sponsors, Agarva, Bizbutter, Redheads Ramblings, and Chemife SMD.
And our mascots, Threads of Elysium and Warsheep. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support. That helps not only cover the expenses of the channel and the stuff we have associated with the Discord, but also the development costs of Smart Doll Guru. Things have been a little bit sidelined due to some, personal stuff going on in our life. But we've got some updates that are in progress for Guru, so hopefully you'll be seeing those soon.
Community is always in our thoughts. Just got to do life stuff sometimes.
Yeah. I think that's us for us. That's us for us for now. That's it for us.
For now, we're going to go back to life. Bye.
Bye-bye.